isn't this just fantastic? Captain's Log, Subdate 21104.7. I have decided to start planning my next election campaign as coronavirus clearly won this one. What I'm going to do, though, is make it mail-in exclusively, which will totally end well for whoever is dumb enough to run against me. Cthulhu 2024, everyone. No lives matter. Welcome, everyone, to the exhibition of stupid people. Today we have 3 subjects to go through. It would be more, but I refuse to get involved in US election politics. It's quite messy. Whoever won, congratulations. I'll deal with you in 4 years if Biden and or Kamala, or bye-bye Trump. It's a shame we didn't get to run against each other. I don't care enough. To start, we're going to switch. I'm dressed as Imperial Guards Meg. But the first subject is a little more Judge Moisty. So,
a few moments later,
I would like to talk about Ian Shepherd. Ian Shepherd, MBE, was an EU Ambassador of the Sea, Chairman of the Chichester Chamber of Commerce, Chichester is a place, Chairman of the business-led consortium Marine Southeast, and because of his contributions working within the maritime industry, received an MBE from Prince William in 2016. It was his greatest accomplishment, something he himself cherished, because to him that was the pinnacle. An MBE is member of the British Empire. They are not easy to get, and there are 2 that are somewhat ranked above. But focusing on one is better than focusing on the others. It is an accomplishment we should all cherish if at all you care about being rewarded for your contributions in whichever field you work in. There is a whole story about a business partner called Jennifer Schofield that Ian Shepherd worked with, a relationship that he got into with a woman called Mary, who had at the time a husband called Steve, but they got divorced, which opened a window for Ian Shepherd to wine, dine, court, globetrot with Mary, which eventually led to them getting married. But this is where things get a little shady. Quietly and secretly, Ian Shepherd opened a joint account and forged Mary's signature. He hid it so well he kept the address of it at his ex Jennifer Schofield's home, which he used to reside within. He went paperless, kept everything hidden. Eventually, his stepson, Mary's son, got an inheritance from his father, but the money went into that hidden account and was promised to be kept there because Ian Shepherd didn't like checks lying around. Skip ahead many years and the relationship between Mary and Ian has fizzled. Ian had been disappearing a lot, drinking a lot, but the time had come for Ian Shepherd to give over 40,000 of the 80,000 plus pounds due to Mary's son, because he wanted to use it to extend the family home. Ian Shepherd didn't provide the money. Not long after receiving his MBE, Mary had been informed that her husband had been seen with a woman called Jennifer, earlier mentioned perhaps, who had referenced Ian as a girlfriend. Upon finding out that he'd been rumbled, he went underground. He left the family home. Eventually, it was discovered that he had spent all the money all the way back in 2010 when he had, air quotes, invested it in his company. Understandably, this went to trial, and he kinda got screwed. 3.5 years in prison, so he'll be getting screwed quite a bit. But that's not the worst part for him, and this is why it's resurfaced now. He was sentenced in 2019. No, the real kick in the teeth for Ian Shepherd is he's just been stripped of his MBE, which puts him in rather elite company. The company being that of Harvey Weinstein and Rolf Harris, 2 convicted SEX offenders. Congratulations, Ian Shepherd. You deserve that. I guess you could stare at the medal for a little bit, maybe take a photograph of it, but ultimately, you have now officially lost everything. Congratulations. Moving on from that, and yes, we are going to change back into our Imperial Guards Meg outfit.
Few inches later,
we should now talk about footballers, or soccer players to the Americans. In the UK and Europe especially, it is a phenomenal market. It can be argued also in South America and China and some Arab nations. But ultimately, Europe is where the money actually is, the sustainable money, not the money thrown by the oil sheiks. Because of that, there is a stereotype, which, I'll be honest, is about as close to reality as it could ever get, and that is, footballers are incredibly dumb. Most of them are not educated because they don't need to be educated. The problem, though, is they appear to lack much general knowledge levels of intelligence. Couple that with the fact they say like, in it, fam, swag, and have a remarkably high-pitched voice. Because Liverpool, yo. It is understandable footballers get a bad rap for looking stupid. It's not helped by the fact that many of them are arrogant, entitled, self-important, selfish, bigoted, morons. But those are arbitrary factors, really, aren't they? And I knew most of them were quite selfish when they rejected the offer to have their pay cut just a little, so others didn't lose their jobs at clubs that at the time didn't have the finances or Russian billionaire backers to fund the salaries during the rather irritating first lockdown. And as today we've entered a second in the UK for 4 weeks, with the southeast entering solely in solidarity with the rest of England. That's not a joke, by the way. It was on one of the bloody screens during the announcement. I'm getting off track. Currently one of the best strikers in the United Kingdom is Harry Kane, who has just become one of the top 10 Premier League goal scorers of all time, playing for my childhood club, Tottenham Hotspurs. But, and this is where an issue has arisen. My view is, pundits should be allowed to say whatever they want about footballers, and they should be able to speak down about them because, seriously, everyone is up for criticism. It's fair game. But apparently footballers are on a pedestal because their skill with a ball. Clearly they haven't seen me juggle. It's pretty impressive. I can make one ball go from one hand to the other. It's amazeballs. Well, one of the presenters said this.
The fact he's had like 4 or 5 straight 20 goals a seasons for Tottenham. He's just so consistent, Harry Kane. And
I was like, do I have to talk about this motherfucker?
it's just really boring, isn't it?
He is.
Yeah.
I hate hearing it. I hate hearing him speak. He's got such a weird voice.
They do it in the style of Harry Kane.
Yeah. Do the whole thing, and that's what stands out about him.
Yeah, his voice, literally. Someone who speaks like that, thank God he plays football.
And for some odd reason, people have gotten a little triggered by this, to the point where presenters from ESPN have had to apologise to Tottenham and to Harry Kane, because apparently, the feelings of someone are that damn important. I should say, I'm a Spurs fan. That's Tottenham Hotspurs. Harry Kane is a fantastic poacher striker. He really is. But seriously, have you heard the man speak? He's a div, like every other footballer. So my view, quite frankly, is he should be criticised if anyone wants to. Seriously, there is nothing wrong with criticism. For the final subject, we need to talk about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Johnny Depp is most famous for Edward Scissorhands, Pirates of the Caribbean, that Captain Jack Sparrow fellow. Amongst many others include The Sweeney. I know there are lots of films. Anything done by Tim Burton, essentially, he's in it. And Amber Heard, Aquaman. Because I can't remember anything else she's been in. I do apologise. A close YouTube friend of mine, Carilius Valentinius, has done a whole mountain of videos on this case. The case centres around a UK tabloid called The Sun, who had alleged a number of physical altercations between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, with Johnny being the aggressor. But during all trials that have come forward, along with all the evidence, it shows that it's the other way round. She had abused him, and we have audio of her doing it, and laughing at the fact that he's a victim and that society will stand up for her. The fact that she had defecated on the family bed. The fact that she had lied on the stand with her sister. Well, the UK justice system, because Johnny Depp was trying to seek damages from The Sun for lying, the UK courts have decided, oh whoa, what do we have here? A man being a victim of domestic violence? No, we won't allow that. The Sun is innocent, yo, and you're guilty of beating Amber Heard, vindicating Amber Heard, even though all the evidence that is publicly available proves otherwise, to the point where she refused to give evidence at key points. which somehow the judge allowed to proceed, which baffles everyone. This is supposed to be a criminal justice system. Justice is supposed to be blind, but apparently men can't come forward and talk about this because you're men, yo. Something which many people on Twitter under the Justice for Johnny Depp hashtag, which was trending, hammered. The evidence is there for all to see. The court of public opinion, yes, is not a legal court, but the court of public opinion says Amber Heard's a bad person, and you have just vindicated her by vindicating the Sun. The Sun alleged it on faulty evidence, and when the entire catalogue of evidence was made public, it showed they were wrong. But what do I know? I'm not a judge. Well, I could be, but I can't be bothered to get changed again. With this case, I'm going to link Carillius's videos down below. If he's smart enough, he'll put them in a playlist. If he has, I'll link that. Watch them all, they're very insightful. I'd love to know what you think. Please do let me know in the comments down below. As a final thing, I'm streaming on Twitch tonight some, I don't know what, maybe Black Flag, or maybe some fishing, who knows, or Bus Simulator, or Left 4 Dead 2. If I don't see you there tonight, have a fantastic Thursday, and thank you all for listening.